So we are now ready for the igniting part of this session with all the students. So I would ask all the students that are going to give a spotlight talk to stay there. And I will be switching slides every minute, no matter what. You won't have control of the slides. Yeah, it's a video. So you have the order of the presentation, so try to arrange yourself according to this order.
Hey everyone, I'm Aaron Bestick from UC Berkeley. I work in Ruzhna Baichi's group, and the work I'm presenting today is concerned with direct physical interaction between people and robots. So the two specific questions we're concerned with are, number one, how can we build personalized kinematic models of people engaged in collaborative manipulation tasks with robots? And number two, how can we use those models to optimize a robot's motion so that it's more comfortable and more ergonomically correct for the person collaborating with the robot? Anyway, I'd love to chat more, so drop by and say hello at the poster session. Thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm Ashwin Carvalho, and I'm a graduate student working with Francesco Borelli in the MPC lab. And one of the projects we're working on is the use of MPC for the control of autonomous vehicles. And my research focuses on systematically accounting for the uncertainty in the system coming from various sources. And so if you're interested in optimization-based control or autonomous vehicles, please come and talk to me. Thank you. Ready.
Hello, good morning. My name is Eric Eason, and I'm a student in Mark Kikoski's lab here at Stanford studying gecko-inspired adhesives. As Mark mentioned in his talk, it's really important for climbing robots and other practical applications of adhesion to have equal load sharing across the area of the adhesive. So we were interested in measuring that in the live gecko. This is hard because you need a sensor with very high spatial resolution to look at the distribution of forces inside a gecko's toe. So we built a custom sensor, put a gecko on it, and found that the distribution was quite uneven. So come talk to me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Duncan Haldane from UC Berkeley, and I work with Ron Fearing in the BIOMIMETIC MILLISYSTEMS lab. As opposed to a specific research project, we're here to kind of give a lab overview, because we're doing a lot of stuff. A lot of it focuses on high-performing dynamic robotic platforms that are A, rapid to fabricate, and B, amenable to mass means of production. And we're also doing cool stuff with controllable adhesion as well as some distributed sensing for small-scale robotics.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jonga. I'm working on T4 sensing needle and haptic display design in BDML Stanford. We designed a novel biopsy needle for MR-guided intervention with the optical fiber sensors. The sensors MR compatibility was a benefit, but the poor axial sensitivity was a problem. So we modified the needle tip and evaluate the modified design with the FEA software. One of the interesting things we found was that the data can differ according to the sensing location, as you can see middle of the graph. The friction makes big difference. So explore more of this, we ask user to stop when they feel membrane puncture based on haptic feedback. Conclusion of our user experiment was that the haptic feedback based on our T4 sensing needle give higher detection rate of membrane puncture than other feedback mode. For more information, please come by, and thank you for listening.
Thank you. Jeff?
Hi, I'm Jeff Mahler. I work with Ken Goldberg and Peter Bieler at UC Berkeley. So when a robot's interacting with a set of unknown objects in an environment, for example, trying to rapidly declutter a table, it may have uncertainty in the shape of objects based on its sensor measurements alone. For example, sometimes it might see through the transparent regions of a tape dispenser. And so we've been studying using a representation called Gaussian process implicit surfaces to represent this shape uncertainty. And in recent work that we submitted to ICRA, we showed that by using these representations, we could formulate grass planning under shape uncertainty as an optimization problem. And that this algorithm, which we call GPGPIS opt, was able to select grass that more quickly than some competing methods and also with higher quality than, for example, using a deterministic most likely shape. So I encourage you to come by our poster and check it out, find out more information. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Liz Marie, and I work at Alison Nakamura's lab, and I work on microcatheter for minimally invasive brain interventions. We aim to use a single paramagnetic magnet to steer microcatheters in brain vasculature. And as a scaled proof of concept, we attached a cylindrical magnet to a catheter, and then we applied forces and torques using a robotically controlled external magnet. And from our results, we saw that using coupled force and torque control increases the deflection of the catheter. And some applications to this are the delivery of treatment to brain disease sites and deep brain stimulation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Andrew Stanley. I'm also with the CHARM lab here at Stanford and Professor Alison Nakamura, and I'm presenting an integration of a particle jamming tactile display with a cable-driven parallel robot. And the goal of this tactile display is
you can click on the video.
Oh. So the goal of this tactile display is that as the user is to create an encounter type virtual reality, so that as the user reaches to different areas of the workspace, the tactile display will change shape and stiffness to match what is shown on the virtual reality on the screen above it. If you're interested in learning more about how this tactile display works or how the integration with the robot works as a whole, please come visit my poster and we can discuss it further. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Sarah Hutz. I'm in Steve Rock's lab here at Stanford, and we're working on using autonomous underwater vehicles to do return-to-site imaging missions. And I've been working on planning trajectories to get close to the terrain that allow the vehicle to still remain safe in an uncertain environment.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is David Held, and the goal of this project is to quickly and robustly estimate the speed of moving objects, including people, bikes, and cars. Previous approaches are not robust to occlusions or viewpoint changes, or they get stuck in local optima. We have created a probabilistic framework that combines the spatial distance, color distance if color is available, and the past motion history. We also have a novel sampling method that allows us to globally explore the search space in real time. Our two evaluation methods show that our method works much more accurately than previous methods while still running in real time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kevin Aniger. I work with Professor Masayoshi Tamazuka. Today I'm going to present in the poster session about our work for a powered upper limb exoskeleton for a macaque monkey and a brain-machine interface study. So the objectives of the project on our side are to provide low impedance torque control for data collection to train the decoder, and then tracking of the inferred desired motion in a physical BMI task. On the poster, myself and Junkai will present some work we did on singularity analysis and avoidance and redundant manipulators, and then inference of biological joint structure from motion capture data. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jose. So we don't have GPS underwater, and we'd like to be able to localize with respect to terrain maps. This is a challenge. People have attacked it in a number of different ways. Imaging sonars are commonly found. These vehicles, people have ignored it because correlating intensities with a map is really difficult, but we found that by using acoustic shadows, you can get quite accurate results. If you want to talk to me about the poster, I'd be happy to do so.
Thank you. Samir is here. So Samir is missing. Now we have that.
Hello, my name is Te Tang from MNC lab at UC Berkeley. Our poster title is Teaching Industrial Robot by Demonstration. What we want to do is to introduce the teaching robot by demonstration method into the industrial robot to finish the industrial tasks, such as the precision grinding and precision assembly, which usually require a very highly delicate force and trajectory tuning. Currently, we are working on 2 test beds. One is peg-hole insertion test bed, which is more reliant on the force data. Another is the trajectory programming test bed, which is more focused on the trajectory learning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I want to tell you about a simple experiment that we conducted over the summer. Our goal was to have our quadrotor here to the right learn to fly a simple vertical trajectory, but we added one twist, which is we initialized all our controller gains equal to 0. So as most of you might anticipate, this resulted in an epic crash, or maybe not. So, but not to disappoint you guys, there is a consolation prize, so we're going to wait till the end of the video to finish. Something pretty cool. So not only does the quadrotor not crash, it eventually learns to perform the task that we asked it. So if anybody that's interested in how we got this to work, please stop by our poster.
Hi, I'm Ed Schmerling, and I work with Professor Voni and friends in the Stanford Autonomous Systems Lab, and I work on the problem of motion planning, which loosely speaking is getting from point A to point B in a configuration space while avoiding obstacles and obeying some differential constraints. Systems we study involve driftless systems like cars that are trying to parallel park themselves sideways, where going forward and backwards is easier than going sideways. Drift systems like spacecraft, where stopping and starting actually takes equal amounts of work. You don't have free force like friction in the case of cars. And we have a suite of simulations and actually a hardware testbed of 2D spacecraft that I could talk to you about outside after this is over. And sorry, I want to get Sergey's slide back in here.
Hi, my name is Sergey Levin, and this is a robot performing a variety of manipulation skills that it learned by itself using reinforcement learning. So we have a new reinforcement learning algorithm that can learn a wide variety of these manipulation skills and can also train complex neural network controllers with thousands of parameters. So if you'd like to learn how that works, come see me at my poster. And I'll let the rest of this play. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to see how that. Oh, good. All right.
Hello, I'm Sachin Patil. I'm a postdoc at Berkeley where I work with Peter Abil and Ken Goldberg. And we've been working on how to deal with uncertainty in navigation and grasping and manipulation. And as part of this effort, we are looking at belief space planning, where the idea is instead of planning in the state space, you plan in the space of beliefs or a probability distribution over the state. We are particularly looking at Gaussian beliefs, and belief space planning provides a principal way of doing the trade-off between exploration, which is information gathering from robotic sensors, and exploitation, where the robot actually performs actions. And what you see here are different examples of real-world applications, for example, active SLAM, where a robot plans a trajectory and versus landmarks. And in this work, we've looked at tools from numerical optimal control to be able to address limitations from prior work and scale it up to real-world problems. So if you would like to learn more, please come see our poster. Thanks.
Thank you.
So the video should start playing. Right. Hi, I'm Dylan Hadfield-Manel. I work in Peter Abil's group at Berkeley. Well, there's a video that's supposed to be playing that doesn't seem to have transferred correctly. But if it was working, it would show you a picture of a robot tying an overhand knot in simulation. So we've been looking at deformable object manipulation because the world is not composed of rigid polygonal objects. And so that problem is characterized by high-dimensional continuous action spaces and state spaces with very complex dynamics and long time horizons. We've been looking at approaches that use expert demonstrations and trajectory transfer, and we've been learning policies with them, been able to get 90% success rate on overhand knots and 75% success rate with figure 8 knots. If you'd like to learn how we do that, come talk to me during the poster session.
Thank you. Sorry about it.
Hi, I'm Animesh Garg, and I'm a graduate student at Berkeley with Peter Abil and Ken Goldberg, and I work with our collaborators in radiation oncology, at UCSF. And I'm working on a problem looking at algorithms and challenges for building customized 3D printed implants for personalized treatment of cancer. Particularly, we are looking at interstitial brachytherapy, which is, for example, in prostate, liver, and kidney, and involves tissue puncture. And we are also looking at intracavitary brachytherapy for oral cancers and GYN cancers, which does not involve tissue punctures. And please come see me at my posters where I can describe the project in more detail. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, hi, I'm Dipendra. My research is focused on trying to make robots understand natural language commands in the context of an environment. More formally, the task is like you're given an environment and a natural language commands like make me a cup of warm tea, and you have to come up with a plan which accomplish as close as possible to the given natural language command. Our model was able to achieve 3 times better results in state-of-the-art using latent CRF models, which were trained using samples collected from crowdsourcing. For how exactly we did it, please come to my poster for the details. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Yu Xiang. I'm working with Professor Silvio Cerveris in the Computer Vision and Geometry Lab at Stanford. The work I'm going to present today is about monocular multi-view object tracking with 3D aspect parts. So the goal of this project is to track an object from a video which is captured by a single camera, but the challenge is that the object may change its pose in time. So this actually caused some big challenging for the existing object tracking method. And the contribution of our work is we propose a novel multi-view object tracking method, which is able to not only track the 2D location of the object, and also track the pose of the object in time. Besides, we're also able to localize its 3D aspect parts of the objects. If you want to know more details, please come to our poster. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Hema Kopula from Cornell, and this is my work on physically grounded spatiotemporal object affordances. And by the physically grounded affordances, we mean, for example, given this activity of drinking, what interactions can we do with the object? For example, the spatial interaction of holding the object and the temporal interaction of how the object is moved. Another example of such representation is, for example, for pouring, the physical grounding includes how we can move the pitcher to pour, specifically where in the environment we need to move it and how we can move it. And having such learning, and we learn such representation from looking at people perform various activities. And having such a rich representation allows us to do better, have better activity understanding. This is one of the applications which we show in our paper. And also, such an understanding can be used by robots to do various tasks. Come talk to me to learn more about this work. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Rick Zhang. I work with Marco at the Autonomous Systems Lab at Stanford. Our research focuses on developing tools to systematically design, analyze, and control autonomous mobility on-demand systems, which can be viewed as a combination of car sharing and autonomous vehicle technology. We develop stochastic models and optimal control algorithms for these systems and validate our algorithms on real-world data, like this case study of New York that you see. We also focus on on other impacts, potential impacts of these systems, for example, on congestion, public transit, and other forms of mobility. Please check out our poster in the back corner. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Xi Yang. I'm working with Professor Osama Khatib at Stanford AI Lab. So in the poster session, I'll be talking about one of the main projects that we are having in our lab, which combines people from industry, roboticists, marine scientists. The project started with marine scientists coming to us asking for a better means of doing marine sampling. And we told them that it is possible, and we will provide you with a means where you could dive without getting wet. And I'll be talking more about that over at the poster session. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Samir. I work with Professor Osama Khatib and Kwabena Bohan. And at my poster, I'm going to be talking about this novel haptic interface that we developed for doing neuroscience experiments inside MRI machines. So a common problem with human motor neuroscience was that people were inside an MRI and they could not do complicated motions. They did very simplistic experiments. And we used control theory and we wanted to fit fairly sophisticated models that are derived from the biomechanics and physics of people's motions. And we found that was impossible. So we went ahead and built this interface, and I'm going to talk to you about what are the cool things that we can do with it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is the end of the first session. I would like to thank the students. They did an amazing job about being on time. To much my surprise, we are perfectly on schedule. So now we have a big break. First, I encourage you to participate in the poster session. The posters are outside. And then we have a lunch break. And we will be back at 1:30 for our second keynote talk from Steve Boyd from Stanford. In the sheet that we gave you, you have some instructions about finding dining options. There is one that is very close by. If it is too crowded, please visit the other cafeterias. See you later.